Hi everyone, hope you're all doing good. So this is Trading Coach this side, and in today's video we are going to talk about something called as the swing analysis. So swing analysis is a simple price action concept, and this will help us to understand where the big orders are coming into the market. It will help us to track the footprints of big money players, and it will also help us to understand the overall market sentiment. It will help us to identify which market sentiment we are experiencing right now, whether we are in a bullish market sentiment or whether we are in a bearish market sentiment. Likewise, it will also help us to understand when the market sentiment is actually changing. When we try to analyze the swing highs and swing lows, we usually call it as swing analysis. So we will get into the topic, but before we do that, I recommend you to click on the subscribe button, tap on the notification icon, so that whenever I release any new and interesting contents, you'll be directly able to access them on your feed. And if you like to know more about me, more about my trading style and more about my trading approach, I recommend you to visit my website, that is www.tradingcoach.co.in. Let us get into the topic. Alright, so right now I'm looking at the 1-day time frame of USD INR currency prices. So if you look at the chart over here, we can see that the currency prices are actually swinging too widely in both directions. So we are seeing both the buying pressure as well as the selling pressure. We are seeing a strong upside movement as well as a downside movement. So in order to understand the market sentiment, let us mark the swing highs and swing lows. Alright. So here I have marked all the major swing highs as well as swing lows. So if you look at this particular chart, when I say swing highs or swing lows, I'm actually marking only the major turning points. Right? You see all these major turning points over here, right? You look at these black circles as well as you can look at these red circles. So these turning points are where we can see a major movement has actually taken place on the price. Say for example, if you look at the first major red circled turning point, exactly from the turning point we can see a very sharp sell-off. Like that, you can also see this black colored turning point which I have marked over here. Right after this black color turning point, we can see a major rally in the currency prices. So wherever I have marked all these turning points, all these circles, you can see those are all major turning points, right? So all the red color circles that you can see on the price, those all we can call them as swing highs. So swing highs are actually an indication of selling pressure. They are the point of large sell orders. Okay, so whenever you are seeing swing highs, that technically means exactly from that particular point we have seen some large sell order has entered into the market. It indicates a very strong selling pressure. Okay, likewise we can also see all these black colored circles, those are all swing lows. So swing lows indicates a very strong buying pressure in the market. And when you see these swing lows, right, so they indicate the point of large buy orders. So wherever you can see the swing lows, that actually means large buy orders are actually entering into the market from that particular point. Alright. Another important point you need to keep in mind is that whenever I'm marking all these swing highs and swing lows, you need to ignore these minor consolidations and minor turning points which takes place in the middle of the price movement. So whenever you are seeing these minor turning points, right, so those minor turning points don't have much of a value. All these minor consolidations, the minor fluctuations that you're seeing on the price, they don't have any actual value. So whenever we are marking swing highs and swing lows, we need to focus on the major turning points which we can clearly see on the price. Alright. And right now if you look at the price action over here which is taking place recently, if you look at the overall price movements, we can see some strong bearish candles which is actually going on in the price action, right? So all these candles are very strong in size and they all seem to be coming from a major swing high. So based on this, we can say that the selling pressure is actually controlling the market right now. The bears are in charge and the market sentiment is completely bearish. If you see the price action exactly over here, this is also a point of previous swing low, which technically means previously when the market came to this particular point, there was a lot of buy orders, there was a lot of buying pressure which pushed the prices upside. So when the market comes to the same point once again, if it touches the previous swing low, either this particular bearish sentiment which we are seeing on the price right now might change. Alright. So if you really think about this, at the swing low, the buyers are actually took control of the price. Alright. The buying pressure was actually in control of the price. So when the market comes to the same turning point exactly over here, if the buyers are still in control of the price and the market prices can reverse as a result. Alright. So the sentiment might change once the prices touch this particular point if buyers are in control of the price. If buyers are still in control of the price. Likewise, on the other hand, if the buyers are pretty weak, if the buyers are not in control of the price, the market might break this particular swing low. Alright. And this is a real possibility. If the market breaks this particular swing low, you can say that this bearish sentiment can accelerate. So once prices comes to this particular point, if the market breaks this particular swing low, the bearish sentiment can become even stronger. So to put it in a nutshell, whenever the prices touch this particular swing low, either the sentiment might change or the sentiment might accelerate once the prices comes to this particular point. If the prices breaks this particular swing low, the sentiment of the bearishness can accelerate further. The bearish sentiment will get even stronger. So whenever prices comes to this particular level, either it can change the sentiment or it can accelerate the existing sentiment. So to understand this particular point clearly, let us look at one more example. So over here, I'm looking at the one-day chart of Marico Limited. So first what I'm going to do is, I'm going to mark the major swing highs and swing lows on this particular chart, and then we will try to understand the present market sentiment. Alright, so right now if you look at the chart, I have marked the major swing high as well as the swing low. So if you look at the price action over here, first you can notice the market made a swing high, and next the prices once again went up and the prices clearly holded at this particular swing high, right? So whatever bullish sentiment was here, that bullish sentiment was completely changed. So previously the sellers were in control of the prices. Once again when the market tested the same swing high, the sellers took over the market sentiment. The sellers once again controlled the market. Alright, so we can clearly notice the change in the market sentiment exactly at this particular point, right? So this is a good example of the sentiment change when the market touches the previous swing high or swing low. So in these kind of scenarios, what traders can do is they can look forward to execute a short position. So if I'm looking at this kind of particular scenario, I would have clearly noticed the shift in the market sentiment. I would have clearly seen the market sentiment changing from bullish to bearish. So what I would have done is quickly I would have went for a short position either in futures or in options. I can take an intraday trade in equity market. I can do short selling in intraday, but unfortunately this is a daily chart. So whatever positions I'm going to take on the daily chart, it will take minimum 2 to 3 weeks or at least 1 or 2 months to see the result. So that's the reason why it's better to take the position in futures or options, especially if it is a bearish trade. Another counter example to what we have seen earlier is exactly just below it. So if you look at the price action over here, we had a nice swing low, but when the market came to that particular swing low, you can clearly notice the prices broke that specific swing low, and whatever bearish sentiment was there, that bearish sentiment accelerated even further. So before the prices touched this particular swing low, the bears were in control of the market, right? So when the market broke this particular swing low, the bearish sentiment further became stronger and it even continued to further downside. And if you are clearly observing this particular chart, you can also notice there is another swing low exactly over here, right? And you can also see that the market broke that particular swing low as well. So you can see here, right now I have marked a line on this in order for us to clearly visualize the price action. So the market has broken this particular swing low, and whatever breakout we have seen here, that particular break even accelerated further to the downside. So in this case, what I could have done is, if I have not taken any short trade, I would have initiated a new short trade. I would have gone for a bearish position. On the other hand, when the market consistently came down, if I have already taken a bearish position exactly at the previous swing high, I would have continued to hold that particular bearish position. So this is a previous example. Now let us try to contemplate based on the same factor using the USD INR price action. So let us go back to the previous chart and let us try to understand the price action over there. Alright, so now we are back at this particular chart where we have started our analysis. So now what we can do is, if the prices comes to this particular point, if the market clearly breaks this particular point, I can go ahead and initiate a short position. I can take a bearish position expecting the prices to go down even further. On the other hand, if the prices hold at this particular swing high, or if the prices hold before this particular swing high, I can think that the market sentiment has actually changed and I can go ahead and initiate a long position. I can take a bullish position in the market. So it all depends on how the prices are actually going to behave at this particular level. If the prices clearly breaks this particular level, we can say the sentiment might have accelerated. We can go for a bearish position. If the prices have holded at this particular level, we can say that the sentiment has actually changed. We can go for a bullish market position. So we need to watch the price action exactly over this swing low. Alright. So we have understood about the concept of swing analysis, and we understood how to use that in our trading approach. And now what we can do is, let us do a quick recap of what we have covered so far. So swing highs actually means a major upside turning point. They indicate large sell orders existing in the market. Swing lows are exactly opposite of swing highs. They are major downside turning points. They indicate large buy orders existing in the market. So based on the price action at the swing highs and swing lows, either the sentiment will continue or change. So if the prices are actually very strong at swing lows, the buying sentiment might take over the selling sentiment. On the other hand, if the buying sentiment is pretty weak, or if the buy orders are pretty weak, then the selling pressure will break through the swing lows. So as a trader, we can use it to make informed trading decisions. So whenever we are trading in the market, whenever we are using price action, we can use the concept of swing highs and swing lows to understand the market sentiment and to make informed trading decisions. Alright. Okay, so hope you found this particular video insightful. If you have any questions or any comments on this particular topic, I recommend you to leave your questions in the comment section below. If you have any suggestions, you can leave it that one as well. On the other hand, if you like this video, kindly hit on the like button. And finally, thanks a lot for watching and happy trading.